My name is Joe. I'm 25 years old, a personal assistant to the CEO of one of China's top companies. People call me sharp, reliable, and successful. But behind the cold efficiency is the scar of a 5-year-old girl who was thrown away like garbage. As a child, I used to beg my parents to take me on family trips. Every time, the answer was no. Until one day, they said yes. I was ecstatic. They took me to a busy city market. I held my mother's hand tightly. I turned around to look at a street performer, just for a second. When I turned back, they were gone. I thought I had lost them, that they were looking for me too. I waited until nightfall. The shops closed. The streets emptied. Cold crept in. Hunger gnawed. And then nothing. I woke up on a hard bed in a cramped orphanage. A kind woman, who almost looked like my mother, sat beside me. She wasn't my mother, but in my dazed fear, I wrapped my arms around her and whispered, "Mama." She didn't correct me. She raised me with firm hands and quiet strength. I was just one of many children, but I was safe. She passed away just before my 18th birthday. I cried like a child all over again. I never got to thank her. But that night, I made a vow. I would build a life so bright that the ones who left me would choke on the sight of it. And I did. From the bottom. Alone. And yes, I succeeded. Then, 6 months ago, they came back. A knock at my apartment door. 2 worn-out strangers. But the moment I saw the woman's face, I froze. She looked so much like the woman who raised me, like a cruel echo. My biological parents. They told me they were homeless, thrown out by my older brother. That they'd been searching for me and finally got to know about my existence through Instagram. That they regretted everything. That it was a mistake they got separated that day. They cried. They begged. Just 1 week, they said. I agreed. Not out of forgiveness, out of weakness. I saw the face of my caretaker in that woman's eyes, and for a moment, I faltered. I let them stay. Gave them money. Left early for work, came home late. At first, they were sweet. My mother cooked. The lights were on when I returned. For the first time, someone asked how my day was. I brought gifts for them, and my both parents praised me what a sweet good girl. I started coming home more. Not because I had to, because someone was waiting. It feels good. I thought finally I had a family. That's where I went wrong. I should have been too greedy for love at that time. 1 week became 2. Then a month. Then 2. I never asked them to leave. They never offered. And that was the biggest mistake of my life. They started asking for money. Just some debts your brother left behind, my father said, looking ashamed. We'll pay you back. I believe them. I didn't notice small things disappearing. I was too busy. The only room I locked was my own. Until one day, everything shattered. My company had assigned me to go overseas with my boss for a major project. So I had taken 2 days off to rest. That day, I came home early, 4:30 p.m. The moment I opened the door, I heard laughter. A full feast was laid out on my table, with expensive snacks. My parents were laughing with 2 young men sprawled on my couch like they owned it. "Man, this is the life," one of them said, stuffing his face. "Sleep, eat, relax, Joe's house is heaven." "Eat more, my dear," my mother cooed. "It's all yours anyway. Oh owes us her life. After all, I gave birth to her. It's only right she repays it." I stepped inside. They didn't even notice me until I was right beside them. "Who are they?" I asked. Everyone froze. "Oh, Joe," my mother said, fake joy plastered on her face. "You're early. These are your brothers. You haven't met yet." My stomach twisted. "Brothers?" I said. "I don't have brothers." My father chuckled. "Don't say that. They're blood. Family." The older one stood up lazily. "Don't worry, sis. We'll take care of you now. Let's live together happily from now on." "Don't call me that," I snapped. "Why are they in my house?" "Joe, don't be rude," my mother scolded. "You've always been alone, I know. But it's time to adjust. Family shares. Learn to live with others." I stared at them, shaking. "This is my home. You moved in strangers without asking. And now you're telling me to adjust." My father stood up. "You call yourself an adult? You speak to your parents like this? Spoiled, dramatic girl." "Stop," I said coldly. "I let you stay for 1 week. Out of pity. It's been 2 months. You've brought people into my home, stolen from me, lied to me, and now you act like you deserve this." The elder son smirked. "Don't be so stingy. You're rich, aren't you? You never looked for us all these years. Now you act like we're parasites? Don't be selfish." "Selfish. Ungrateful." My head spun with rage. I didn't respond anymore. It's useless to talk to them, I understand. I walked to my room, closed the door, locked it, and I called my lawyer. By nightfall, the police arrived. They had thrown my dress press in my house. They were forced to leave, screaming, crying, threatening. I didn't care. Later, I started to observe my whole house, and that's when I got to know that many things had disappeared from my house. Almost 50 items were stolen. They'd already stolen enough cash, valuables, my peace of mind. But I didn't report the theft. I didn't want the legal mess. Let that be my final repayment for the womb I was thrown from like trash. 2 days later, I left the country. I thought it was over. I thought distance would grant peace. I buried myself in tight deadlines and back-to-back meetings, unpacking boxes with one hand while replying to emails with the other. I was surviving. Then my phone rang. 2 a.m. My lawyer's name flashed on the screen. "Joe, bad news," he said, voice low. My stomach turned. "What happened?" "Your biological parents have filed a lawsuit." I sat up. "What kind of lawsuit?" "Elder abandonment. Emotional and financial neglect. They're accusing you of kicking them out violently, saying you promised lifelong care." I blinked. "That's a lie." "I know," he said. "But they came prepared. Leaked their version to the media. Played the poor, abandoned elderly couple. Painted you as cold, greedy, ungrateful." It was surreal. I never thought the people who gave birth to me, then threw me away, could be this shameless. I had no evidence. No CCTV. No recordings. No texts, no contracts. No backup. Just silence. And their crocodile tears. The court ruled in their favor. I was ordered to pay them monthly for the rest of their lives. Compensation for their emotional suffering. My name was splattered across headlines. Social media turned into a war zone. Colleagues looked at me with judgment in their eyes. Whispered behind my back. Like I was some monster who abandoned her poor, sick parents. Only one person didn't waver, my boss. Grumpy, cold, known for firing people for breathing too loud, and yet he stood by me. Defended me when no one else did. He even wanted to confront the gossipers. I stopped him. "If you do that, they'll just hate me more," I said. "Let me handle it." He gave me 2 months leave, told me to rest and recover. That was more kindness than my own blood had shown me. And I didn't lose myself. I paid quietly. They thought they won. They thought I'd beg to come back. That I'd kneel, say sorry, and ask to be their daughter again. But I wasn't making peace. I was making plans. I hired a private investigator. And I waited. It didn't take long. The truth started crawling out. Their beloved eldest son, a gambling addict knee-deep in debt. My money had been used to pay off loan sharks. My missing jewelry sold. My father, caught pawning the gold chain I have given them as gift. The younger brother? Criminal record. Assault charges. I said nothing. I let the truth pile up. And then came my final move. A month later, I stopped all payments. They tried to contact me. I didn't respond. So they came. Uninvited. I opened the door slowly, looking pale, frail, and weak. "I'm not well," I murmured. "I'll pay soon." They barged in. "Don't act sick," my mother yelled. "You're trying to get out of this, aren't you?" My father growled, grabbing my wrist. I let myself sob softly. "I don't understand. Why are you all so cruel to me? Mother, am I not your daughter too? Why don't you love me? You should be ashamed." My father barked. "We gave you life. You owe us." I looked at them through my tears. "What exactly do I owe you for? I didn't ask to be born. It's your responsibility to raise a child, not abandon her like garbage. You're our blood," he snapped. "And blood demands repayment. Stop justifying your own cruelty." "I can't believe there are people this shameless," I said, my voice turning cold. "Were you raised to be like this? Or were you just born as thieves with no shame?" My mother slapped me, hard. "How dare you talk to us like that? You need to be taught a lesson, you useless girl. I should have never given birth to you. Take everything," she ordered the brothers. The younger one smirked and began rifling through my things. I tried to stop him. She slapped me again. "Let's see who stops us now," she hissed. I looked up, straight at the hidden camera in the lamp. Clear video. Clear audio, all streamed live to my lawyer's cloud drive. I wiped my tears, then smiled. "Thank you," I whispered. "You've given me everything I need." They froze, their faces pale with fear. "What?" my father demanded, his voice laced with uncertainty. "Get out," I said coldly. "The police are already on their way. It's over." Don't tell me this bitch set a trap for us, my older brother growled, his face reddening with rage. How dare you? He lunged at me, but I was ready. I grabbed the flower vase beside me and smashed it against his head. Blood gushed down his temple as he stumbled back, dazed. You heartless girl, my parents shrieked in unison. You hit your brother. Know your limit as a girl, my father shouted, stepping forward. Stop right there, old man, I warned, grabbing another vase. Come any closer, and none of you will leave unhurt. You ungrateful child. You'd hurt your own parents, my mother spat, her voice dripping with fake shock. Parents? I scoffed. You? You abandoned me, used me, and leeched off me. What kind of parents do that to their own child? And about you giving me birth, I've paid my debt 10 times over already, but now it's your turn to pay, my dear so-called parents. Now go to jail and spend your whole life where you actually deserve. Troublemaker girl, you really need to learn your place, my father roared, suddenly throwing a chair at me. I dodged it just in time, my heart racing. My second vase flew through the air, hitting his arm with a loud crack. He screamed in pain, clutching his arm. Don't mistake my kindness for weakness, I said coldly. I know my limits, that's why I'm warning you. Don't tease me, I don't start fights, but I damn well finish them. Just then, police sirens wailed outside, growing louder with each passing second. Right on time. The officers burst in before they could reach the door. And this time? I pressed charges after the hidden camera footage was revealed and the police arrested her parents and brothers. This time, the whole world saw what they were. The footage went viral within hours. News outlets picked it up. Influencers reposted it. My story became a trending hashtag. And the comments poured in. Support for me, Joe, is the definition of strength. Imagine building your life from nothing and still being treated like this by the people who abandoned you. She didn't owe them a single thing. Not love. Not money. This is why blood doesn't mean family. She was their victim, not their daughter. Joe, if you ever feel alone, just know millions of us are standing behind you now. And the hate toward them, what kind of parents dump their kid in a market and come back years later for money? Rot in jail. You deserve every second. Using your own daughter like a bank account? Disgusting. The mother slapping Joe after all she's done for them, unforgivable. May no one ever get parents or siblings like that. They were dragged through the mud, publicly, globally, and without mercy. And me? My name was cleared. My follower count jumped from 290 to over 100,000 in 2 days. Not because I chased sympathy. Because I fought back. Justice was mine. My brother got 7 years. My parents got 5. They had to return every cent. Still, I wasn't satisfied. When I told my boss, he promised, they'll wish they never left jail alive. Few months later, I visited them. Their faces were carved with fresh wounds. They couldn't even meet my eyes. I didn't ask how. I didn't need to. I only whispered goodbye. Let's never meet again. Not in this life. Not in any. And I walked away, finally satisfied. Let the world judge me. I don't care.